Okay, we are here. We are live with some more Pokemon Legends ZA. I feel like a sneeze is already coming on. Excuse me. Ooh. Yeah, so real quick, last time, I talked a little bit about Pokemon Go Fest, because I went there yesterday. Which is why the whole weekend has been kind of chaotic. It's a little bit later of a stream today than I would have liked. But that's just how it goes sometimes. But yeah, we pretty much spent the entire time trying to shiny hunt. Primarily trying to get the Abra line, but also to some extent just the, we were missing one Spoink shiny, as well as the Esper line. We didn't get like a super great spot, but we've been doing that. Our luck was unfortunately not particularly great. Within an hour, we found like a shiny Spoink like 5 minutes in, and then went like basically an hour without any more shinies. We did get the Spoink, which is nice. That is also, at least for the current route, the Pokemon we see the most. So yeah, I did toward the end of the stream. Unfortunately, I made a mistake and not accidentally, but I saved without thinking. As I was interacting with Chad, just kind of, you know, wasn't fully locked in, and I saved and lost basically like 20 minutes of the donut with no progress, so a little unfortunate. At the end of the day, as long as I get one shiny Abra that I can evolve into an Alakazam, that's good enough for me in the long scheme of things, but I probably will try to be a little pickier with my resets. Just to try to guarantee I mean, it would be nice just to get the full line out of the way. We are working only with a Sparkling Power 1. I mean, the luck we had yesterday wasn't, like, horrendous, but, like, a second shiny would have been appreciated. The last Esper, there it is. I don't know. Maybe there's some other route that I'm not thinking of that'd be better, but unfortunately we also only got the Abra in one spot. Esper's in 2 spots, but I have to be cautious, too, because both Abra and Esper run away if you get close. Which really does not make this any easier. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We got a good hour 45. I was hoping to get a little bit longer of a stream today, but no, it didn't happen. We've been rocking the shorter streams for a little while now, so hopefully, I'm getting back into my normal flow of things, because I had to end a little earlier than usual on the weekend, having to wake up earlier on the weekend. So, but I mean, we'll at least be back to pretty much normal stream end times, and there's always the variance with the start times. So, we'll see what happens. My prediction is also that I'm going to find a shiny Spoink before I find Abra or Esper, which makes sense given, as I said, Spoink is the Pokemon we're seeing the most. We'll see. I'm debating at what calorie count I want to do a reset at. Maybe like 1800 if I don't get anywhere. I mean, this was like a nearly 70-minute donut, although I think we've burned through a lot of it because of that not very conscious save. It was more just force of habit. It feels weird to, you know, quit the game without saving too, but it is what it is. We do have one other Psychic donut, but I think it's Psychic 3, but it's Alpha Power 2, which is why I'm like hesitant to use it for the time being, because I want to make sure it's something I really want to go for the Alpha of, and none of these I'm like that crazy about going for the Alpha shiny. No. I do also have a couple of all types ones, but I also want to save those for I don't know anything in specific, but like either, you know, like a multi-type area, or something like electric type, which we don't even have. We've never gotten a donut of, even though I've made like 40 shiny donuts. Something that, you know, we find a great area and we're lacking a Sparkling Power for the area. Something along those lines. And yeah, I mean, I do have the berries to make more Sparkling Powers, but, you know, I have no way of guaranteeing Psychic type. I think someone in chat at one point mentioned there was some sort of RNG manip for it, but at least at this point, I see no reason to rely on that. Eventually I might, but I mean, that'd be nice to guarantee like Alpha donuts. And I am curious how that manip works, but I don't have any intent on using it anytime soon. So yeah. Yeah, so the reason we're shiny hunting Abra in specific is so that normally I don't have the online service, but I'm gonna have to buy the online service to do like the online Mega Stones, and I want to be able to get all the trade evos out of the way. So I wanted to get the shiny ones, because otherwise we'd have to be awkwardly hunting down a shiny Alakazam in like a 4-star area, where we would have like 8 minutes or something to find it, and I'd have to keep resetting, and it would just be a whole nightmare. So I'm not relying on that. I'm going for the trade evo mons, so yeah. We'll see. One of these days we'll get a shiny Abra. It has not been particularly nice to me, fortunately. To be fair, none of the shinies have been particularly nice to me in this area, and I'm already kind of paranoid that I'm gonna like miss an Abra or a Esper. There are other routes we could take. We could do one that focuses slightly more on Abra. Like, I don't know if this is necessarily the most efficient, but I also do need the full shiny Esper line. And I would very much like it, because at least shiny Meowsticks look really nice. Both of them. And I'm kind of curious how that functions with, like, shiny Mega Meowstick. So. Because, yeah, I've not seen a majority of the new shiny Megas. I've seen a few just through various Pokemon Go stuff. I want to say I've seen like 3 or 4 of them. But most of them are blind for me. And I mean, I can make general assumptions as to what they'll look like. But sometimes you get some wild ones where the shiny, Mega is way different. Granted, I think the most obvious examples of that are Garchomp and Gengar, which are both Pokemon that have really underwhelming normal shinies. I think there's another good example of something that, like, pretty radically changes in terms of shiny color to its regular shiny. Although I don't think I have much off the top of my head. I'm sure there's something. Yeah, so yeah, I gotta hunt down a bunch of shinies to see what their megas look like. Before I get spoiled on them in some other capacity. I mean, I'm sure eventually I'll see most of them before I get them. But we do have a few Pokemon we can Mega that have shinies that we've gotten like the full lines of. Although I don't know how interesting. I mean, a lot of them I think not interested, but are the old Megas. Like we have enough for like a shiny Mega Pidgeot, but that I already know what that looks like unless they made major changes to it for some reason. I don't know, we'll figure it all out. Eventually. Trademark. Okay, I think Psychic Sparkling Power 1. Normally I have decent enough luck with it. Granted, a lot of times I think we've used the Sparkling one. We were on the other medium-sized map that has teleporters that, make this a lot more efficient. And unfortunately we just don't have an efficient system here. I mean, it's not like awful. We're seeing a decent bit of Pokemon, but it's nowhere near as like speedy and efficient as a teleporter one is. Maybe at $1,900. Maybe I'll do like another lap or two and then I'll reset. I do want to be kind of optimal here. I'm hoping that I'll like hear the sparkling noise or like the shiny noise or something on the ground even if I don't see it right away. I think Abra is more likely than Esper just based off the positioning. Same with the Spoink. I think the Esper is the one I'm most likely to not get the sound for. The last one. Oh, they're both there. They kind of blend in a little. Okay, we'll do. I guess this is my one more lap. Thankfully, the timer's pretty polite. But yeah, we got time wiggle room. And then as I say, if we end up with another shiny Spoink, I'll probably commit to just going to the lower area. Because that's just not what we are looking for anymore now that I got 2 of them. One, 2. Where's the last one? Okay. I mean, there even are 6 like Abra, so like we have a decent bit of spawns. Just hasn't worked itself out. So give me one really quick second. I want to check one thing. Ah! Alright, sorry. That was probably the worst sound in the world. I hit my pop filter. Okay. Sorry, got a couple text messages from my girlfriend. I want to make sure it wasn't anything urgent, but we're good. No worries. Okay. Let us keep looking for shinies here. I mean, we're bound to find something eventually. You know, once I get the, shiny Abra, I'll be more willing to just sort of do, you know, or to not reset as much. But until I get that Abra, I'm gonna be kind of picky. Because, yeah, I mean, this isn't, like, the best sparkling power we could have gotten. So I'm not, you know, super offended. We don't get a lot out of it. Although I am starting to get mildly offended. Given the sheer lack of... At this point, I'll just take a spoink to know that the game didn't break. The other one, but... Yeah, I am still worried a little, too, about, Shiny Esper and Shiny Abra being a little hard to notice. I think it'll be fine. I think Abra will be fine. Like, I think I'll notice it. And that's assuming I don't get the sparkle sound effect for him. Or see sparkles coming off him, or something of that nature, so. I mean, Spoink I'll be able to notice right away. So we have that going for us. It'll probably go until like the 1900, 1800 calorie range, do another reset if we don't find anything. Hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully we'll just find it. And, be done with it. But, who knows? I'm still kind of expecting it to just be Shiny Spoink. What's funny is when I'm shiny hunting, I suddenly find a bunch of alphas, but when I'm alpha hunting, I always find shinies. Tis the way of life. Maybe I should have just put on an alpha power down it. Maybe then I would have found shinies. We've seen a lot of alpha spoinks. Oh boy. This is not working out. Oh boy. I feel like we have better shiny luck without the sparkling power. I don't know. Area is just cursed or something. I think I joked about it in like Scarlet and Violet when I was shiny hunting, where it's like, because shiny hunting is so much easier, it's like, oh, I haven't found a shiny in 20 minutes. Where's the shinies at? I'm so unlucky. And then you look at like the original, or like Gen 3, 4 shiny, well, mainly, I think mainly, like encounter hunting in like Gen 3, for example. And you go like 3 months and you get one, you'd be like, wow, I'm so lucky! Which, to be fair, if it took that long to get shinies, I would not be doing it. So, yeah. Checkmate. And then we go into the whole conversation about shiny hunting odds and blah blah. Does it devalue it or what? I don't really care. I probably rambled into that subject matter like 10 times while shiny hunting because I got nothing better to talk about. Unfortunately, so. This one I just want to find a shiny spoink to know that shinies still exist. No, like, up, you hit the cap, can't get any more. Yeah, that last point, number 112 or something like that, and that was the cap, you know? Can't get more than 112 shinies in this game, and it just shiny locks you after that. But better hope you don't find Pidgeys. No. Pay $10 more to unlock more shiny spawns. That... I shouldn't give him ideas. What? Pokemon Go would 100% do that. I don't think that Game Freak would. Niantic though, yeah, they'd be on that shit. Oh boy. To be fair, that's free mobile gaming for you. Hey, at least there's no ads in Pokemon Go. Outside of like the occasional sponsored bit, but that's a little different. It's not like, watch 30 seconds of Arby's ads before you continue catching Pokemon. It's just like, up, you spun the stop and it's Target. So. If I missed like 12 shinies already, like what is happening? I feel like I've never had this bad of luck in this game. Shiny hunting. I don't know, maybe the game's waiting to give me like an alpha shiny or something, you know? Trying to give me something really good. Yeah, I mean, it feels like we have better luck just randomly running around not looking for shinies than we've had with this area. To be fair, it's all RNG, so... You know how it be. Come on! Goochie-goochie-goo! I gotta accomplish something this stream. I barely accomplished anything last stream. Oh boy. I gotta remember to dodge roll off that little ledge. Because that keeps the run going. Otherwise I have to hit the button again, which is very mildly inconveniencing. I'm pretty sure if there was a shiny directly below me that I'm not easily spotting, I think the sound effect would play because it would be close enough. Because we've had, like, we had an Eevee down there before, do the sound effect, that's how I knew it was there. So... Esper probably depends. If I don't see one, it might just be because it's blending into the ground. But with, like, the Abra and the Spoink down here. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk just like running in a rectangle without ever looking. Well, that would technically be a little faster. I'm pretty sure some spawns would be too far away. Yeah, this map's rough without the teleporters. They just like carry you. And also just generally unfortunate luck. I don't remember where my like entry portal was, because I technically could do the fly method as well. But it would have to be in a spot that actually benefits me, and I kind of doubt it is. Plus, you know, we just risk instantly despawning, like not it's despawning, scaring away like an Esper or an Abra anyway. So I don't think that'd be more time efficient. It'd be more donut efficient, but less real world time efficient. And both of those are very relevant metrics of shiny hunting, I guess. Metrics might not be the right, whatever. Just... I'll do like another lap or two and then we'll do a reset. We have, yeah, as I said, just not had good luck here. I mean, like, that's all I've been talking about because I don't know what else to say. Come on, game, give me a shiny or something so we can have a better dialect going, you know, a conversation. I can, you know, do a funny reaction, you know, pog and point or whatever. Whatever the youth do these days when they see a shiny. I'll do one last lap. Come on, give me a shiny. I want to switch up the methodology just to keep myself sane. Spice it up a little. Go back down on the ground. Especially because I don't need the spoinks. Because I'm not gonna, there's not like another Esper. I mean, there's Esper in the middle below area, but that too inconveniencing. Not like Aris, yeah, it's more spoink. Like an Aber Esper over here. Let's go for the reset. Figured I'd triple check that just in case. Because you know, the more spawns you see, the better the odds. In a shocking turn of events, that's how that works. Okay. I guess we will drop down in a second. Just to, you know, spice things up a little bit. Gotta do what I can to keep myself at least a little bit sane. Oh, here's where my portal is. Yeah, that would... Well, that'd be okay for the Espers, actually. It just wouldn't be particularly useful for the Abra. Which is sort of the more urgent one at the moment. I guess I'm gonna keep checking Esper. If I'm taking this route, it's gonna despawn, respawn the Esper anyway. I mean, it slows down the Abra, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Come on, surely. I feel like, yeah, I'm like, you know, like Sparkling 1, for example, and like Scarlet and Violet, we've done a decent bit of, not a decent, but some hunting with that. We've never had a terrible luck. Oh, that's the one. Sure. The sneaky one. And I mean, we know the Aber are despawning because the spoinks are despawning. Oh boy. I probably don't even need to run past the bush. You know, at any minor thing for efficiency is still good. It should be easier to tell if I've gone far enough away for these guys. There just isn't a good way to do it. Because yeah, I'm like, there's no world where that teleporter is far enough, I don't think, to like despawn or respawn him. Like, I could keep going back and forth for a while to see if like an alpha shows up, but that would be about it. That'd be the only like test. So, I mean, this might be ever so slightly faster to do it this way. We'll see. Probably saves a second every time I do that, I'd assume. Which adds up over, you know, 50 laps. Saves a whole 50 seconds. Might be a little more than that, it's hard to say. I'm not gonna time it out. Then yeah, I kinda have to take a semi-thorough look at the Abra. Yeah, the one positive to being on the ground here is if there's a shiny Esper, I should hear it before I see it. Or hear it if I don't see it at the very least. Don't know about Abra though. I might not see the Abra. Or I might not get this sound effect and the sparkles for it. Although, yeah, I really don't know how likely or unlikely I am to miss the shinies. I haven't seen any of them yet. In like an hour and a half of doing this. Between today and yesterday. Trying it this way. Maybe the game just needs I don't know why that would change anything. You know, it just needs the old Fixer-Rooney. I don't think that'd be faster than running back. I guess it could theoretically be faster as just hunting Abra. I don't know. No, not really. Maybe on like the Switch 2 would load faster, but not on the Switch 1 at least. We're just not getting the luck we need. I keep reiterating, it's kind of crazy given how many random shinies we tend to like stumble into. I'm just like actively having bad luck at this point. What can you do about it? Complain. I'm gonna avoid the alpha spoink aggroing on me. Back there's not as many. Yeah. Just dragging. Better to be safe. I'm sorry. Come on. I don't know why they dislike me so much. Oh, never mind, they like me. Shiny Spoink number 2! Well, technically 3. 2 in this batch! Sorry, I mean to interrupt your little sparkle. Hi. You know what? Ooh, we can do a love ball. That actually looks better than I would have expected. I think of it as more orangey, but it fits the color pretty well. Okay, well, we finally got another shiny. It was the one that I didn't need out of the 3, but we'll take it. Shinies can spawn. Do that. Even though whenever I reload the save, it's just gonna put it back on the heal ball. Well, shinies can spawn, just not the one we wanted. You know what? It at least shows that the game isn't broken. Just me. Yeah, because, don't really benefit from that one. Oh, well, I guess if we get to 1500 with no shinies, we reset. It's just gonna be our play. Yeah, that was a long break between shinies there. Maybe that means we'll find another one soon. Oop, I botched that horribly. I went to like scratch my arm with the finger I hit A. We're bound to get somewhere eventually with this. Hopefully. Funny enough, I don't think there's a way to... Well, I guess there is probably a way to shiny hunt Abra without shiny hunting Spoig, but... To feel confident that I'm actually despawning the Abras, I kind of have to despawn the Spoig. Okay, we got an alpha here. Like at least we're confident they're despawning. We just haven't had good luck in them being shiny. But you know, it is what it is. We'll get there eventually. I mean, as I've said, like the literal worst case scenario is I don't even get an Abra, which... I mean, I think it's fairly unlikely. Due to the fact that I can just reset. So. Oh boy. At this point, yeah, I went from let's get all the shinies to like... Come on, just give me one Abra. Just one. One measly Abra. Yeah, I'm pretty much just looking at their, like, the yellow on them, because it's a much more faded yellow for the shiny. I don't know if, like, the brown shoulder pad stuff changes much. It probably changes a little bit. I don't remember for certain, though. But I think it's going to be easier to identify based on the color of the body. Or at least, like, the main portion of the body. The longer we've gone without finding one, the more I'm like, maybe I don't know what the shiny looks like. Like, it's subtle, it's not that subtle. I don't know why I had paranoia late. Sometimes, like, the front of Esper and the back of Esper look slightly different color-wise. Under certain lighting, then it throws me off. Where are the other two? Okay. Pretty sure I would have heard a shiny sound effect, though, if they were nearby. And we're back to all four Spoink being here. Which I guess isn't bad. And to be fair, that's only like a few minutes. Oh, repetitive tasks make me slightly sleepy, huh? Start running this path while snoozing. I mean, that would be a plan. Yeah. Why do I feel like the next shiny is also going to be a Spoink? I mean, you know, at this point, I may as well just expect it. You know, it's just gonna be that. Mentally prepare myself now. Excuse me, yeah, actually, wow. Oh, sleepiness just decided to bum rush me. Is that a way people phrase things? I need to, like, bring on a subject to talk about. I mean, this would be a great time to pull up, like, tier list or some shit. There's like a talking point. So I've done that before with shiny hunting. Not a lot. I was doing it a lot with Sword and Shield when I did the few hunts in that game, because I was doing Masuda method and just encounter hunting for Steel and Psyduck. But that was because, like, I don't know, the interaction was very minimal. And there's a lot of, like, hands-off time, essentially, or, like, playing with one hand. I mean, I can do that here. It's just a little trickier. Then again, too, you know, you talk for a little and then you just drag a thing and then you talk for a little. Like, I actually sit there and talk about stuff for the most part. Not to brag or anything, but I have been able to discuss things before. Give me an Abra or an Esper, like... The game just doesn't want to be nice. I mean, it hasn't been that long since this point, but still. Feels like I'm being scammed. Next area I'm going into is gonna have a fucking shiny power 3 instead. Run out of patience with this. I only have the one other Psychic down and I don't want to use it here. I mean, I don't know exactly what I do want to use it on, but... Not this one. Like, yeah, what shiny Psychic type would I want to go for as an alpha? Don't actually know. I don't think I have, like, a Psychic Pokemon really in my top, like, favorites. I'm trying to think, like, what the earliest one would be. Oh, actually, no, I do have Screamtail, but I'm just not in this game. I put Screamtail pretty high on my list of favorites. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Are there any, yeah, like, Megas? I mean, Alpha Alakazam would theoretically be cool, but I already have that in Legends Arceus. So while I can't Mega in that game, I just don't have as much of a connection to it. I don't know, I don't have anything specific in mind. I'm sure there's something I'm just not thinking of, though. That would be really cool. I mean, Esper would be goofy, but not, like, desperate for that. I mean, like, Slowbro could be cool, but I feel like those appear more in water zones. I don't know. I have to look through the decks. Yeah, it's a 1500, I think, is when we'll do a reset. Unless we find something before then. Which I'm gonna believe we will. You know, we'll probably find an Abra, like, right after we run down this. Like, the next 6 Abra, one of them will be shiny. You know, I'm calling it. I'm confident. Shiny Abra. Ready? Boom. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I'm not sad. Yeah, I think the repetitive actions, plus having eaten dinner not super long ago, is enough to start making me tired. I'm like losing energy. I'm conking out a little. To be fair, yes, is mindless repetitive motion. Okay. Triple checking. Oh boy. I feel like I'm gonna find a shiny Spoink at like exactly 1500 time left. I mean, at that point, I'm not gonna not catch it, you know? Even though it would make it even tighter on the time. Fridge? No, no. These are psychic Pokemon that we're shiny hunting. There's no Rotom Frosts here, unfortunately. It's just psychic types. Okay. Heck this way, we got like 100-ish seconds before I'll do a reset. You know, that way I have enough time to find that shiny Spoink that I don't need, so that it messes everything up. Hey, you know, it happens to the best of us, you know? You're like, you think you see Spoink and your first thought is, where's Rotom Frost, you know? You know, since they're such similar Pokemon. Okay. Come on, Esper, Abra, anything? Slightly preferably not Spoink. Even if I do love Spoink. I already got 3 of them now. Yeah, we'll probably do like one more lap after this, unless we find a shiny. Which we will. You gotta have confidence, and then the game will have enough confidence to give you the shiny. Right? That's how shiny hunting works. Either that or I just gotta say something really stupid so it'll show up in a clip. I don't know what that would be. Like, I don't know. Oh no, I pooped my pants. I peed my pants. Oh no. Oh, I'm such a messy boy. Probably better that didn't work. Okay, let's do a reset. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be here a while, aren't we? I'm gonna not even end up getting out of this area today either. I don't know. Oh boy. Excuse you. Sheesh. Okay. Where exactly are we gonna be positioned? Next to Spoink. Okay. Those Abras already spawned in, so those won't be shiny. Hopefully the Esper will far enough away to despawn. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do the old 1500 time bit again. Hopefully we'll find a shiny before then. Yeah, we're back down to the 3 Spoinks. Yeah, we have just not had good luck with this area. No, I don't know what else I can really do about that. But, hey. It be what it be. We're going to get somewhere eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed. Oh boy. Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of hard to tell what, like, the furthest distance I need to go to despawn the Abras is. So I can't, like, really try to min-max the Abras specifically. But it's a rough time out here. Why do I feel like I'm gonna find a shiny for one of these and then it's gonna see me instantly and run away before I save, and then I'm just gonna lose out on it? It's like something's bound to happen and it's gonna be bad. I feel like that's like the inevitable outcome here. Oh boy. I'm kind of surprised at how unlucky we've... At least how lucky it feels like we've been. But hey. Nothing I can do about it. Then again, I also don't even know the odds for the shinies, so... Maybe I'm like well under odds or some shit. Probably not, but... You never know. But hey, maybe they'll give me like an alpha shiny or something to make up for all this. Probably be a spoink, but you know, I'll take an alpha shiny. Spoink or not. Oh boy. Keep working at it. Surely one of these days. Oh, I can run through that tiny gap. I've been running around that. Alright, maybe I can save a quarter of a second every time. Treat this like I'm trying to, you know, Mario Kart time trial this a little bit. With how tight I'm taking my turns. Fortunately, I can't drift in this game. Squeeze in the little gap. Whee! You get a little stuck there. It might be a pretty tight fit. I'm sure that could be taken completely inappropriately, but don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't like that's what she said me. Man, everybody poopity guys. Don't you want to be a shiny? I know damn well the next shiny I'm getting is going to be a spoink. It's just inevitable. It's inevitable. That would be the funny thing to occur. And that's how shiny hunting works. It's always the funniest thing. Either that or we're gonna get like a double spawn where two shinies are gonna appear in one little batch. And they'll probably still be spoink. But you know what? Hey. It'd be kinda cool. I feel like I need a shiny noise out of nowhere to wake me up a little, because I'm starting to fall asleep out here. Oh boy. Come on, please! I needed a shiny. Well, I wasn't wrong. It was spoink. It's gonna always be spoink. You know, I may be looking for shiny Abra and Esper, but a 15th shiny spoink also works. Okay, no, it's not the 15th. I'm being dramatic. The 14th. We're at 4 now. Well, I guess. I don't know, like 1,300 calories left, we'll reset. The way we're going, we're gonna end up with lots of spoinks. A spoinky boinky army, as they say. Oh boy, oh boy. I mean, if I could get the damn Abras, I mean, it's pretty easy to shiny hunt Esper in this area, because we'd be looking at like 8 of them if I took a slightly different route, but nope. Can't get there because I can't get the Abra. Yeah, I'm also not sure if it's gonna make the shiny sound effect or not. I still don't know. It might. It might be close enough. Might depend where it's standing, though. So yeah, that was another, like, 20 minutes or so. Actually, hang on real quick. That's right, I was supposed to be writing down when these showed up, huh? Yeah, that's probably gonna go poorly. I always forget to do that to make my life easier while clipping. Because if I have, like, at least a general idea where to look for the shiny, I don't have to skim through, like, the entire VOD. That's really only an issue when we're doing, like, a long hyperspace hunt. Because it's just, like, hard to locate them. Down. You know, I don't have, like, a location that I can kind of specify. You know, I catch something in the overworld, and it's like, oh yeah, it's right by Wild Zone 20, so I just skim through and look for that, but can't really do that in hyperspace. So what are we gonna find next? Another shiny Spoink or a shiny Esper or Abra? You know, it was 10-4 chance of finding the shiny we needed versus Spoink, so. We were more likely to get what we needed. Oh, we didn't. We'll see. We might just get another shiny Spoink. Wouldn't really be surprised. That's not shiny. Figured I'd double check. Come on, shiny. Given the amount of Spoinks we find, it is starting to make me be like, am I just like missing the shiny Abras and they've shown up before? Same with the Esper, but no, I don't think so. Come on, something. You know, we've been shown that shinies can appear. Now we just need to find one, damn it. Could be a different Abra. Get a thumbnail. Okay. Come on. I'm out of things to talk about, game. You gotta give me something to work with. Man gets desperate and sad. By the time I get this, I'm gonna be like half, I'm gonna be like 9/10 asleep, so my reaction is gonna be like, oh yeah. It's gonna be great. To be fair, that'll be when I find the next shiny Spoink, which is inevitable. You know, you're always gonna get the shiny that's the funniest in the moment. Not the one you need, not the one you want, but what's funniest. That's how this works. probably go to like 1,300 calories, give or take. There's not a science to it. Just, I feel like there's been enough time where we haven't gotten a shiny to justify gaining our time back. Right, back and forth we go. Surely I'm due for something that isn't Spoink. Please, oh please. Where we're going, I'm just gonna start checking. If we don't get a shiny Abra here, I'm literally just gonna start checking every Abra zone we get the chance and see if there's like a good spot that I can just teleport back and forth on to get the shiny. Because apparently that would just be easier. The fact that we found Phoebus so much easier. To be fair, Phoebus was the only thing we were also seeing. We had a slightly better route. It was this like map, but you know. Back and forth we go. I'm like paranoidly. I keep zooming in paranoidly. Like, surely it'll show up. I beg. If I struggle for long enough, surely I'm bound to get one. Or just another Spoink. Which I honestly think is the more likely thing to occur. I mean, hey, that's just how luck's been so far. Oh, there's the last one. Are they like directly next to each other so I could only visually see one of them? Yeah, I will say, it is kind of intriguing that we haven't had like a shiny Spoink up here above us. Like, I'm pretty sure if it was directly above us, because when we're running under the little archway here, the Spoink are pretty much directly above us. So I think we'd hear it, but I don't know. I don't know how exactly, like what the range is for shinies. It might be more horizontal than vertical for the sound effect to trigger. I'll probably do like one more lap of this. Who would have thought that the Abra would have been this hard to find? I was out here being confident, like, yeah, we'll probably get all three of them without any issues. I mean, hey, if Abra was Spoink, we'd be doing well. I guess I could start doing the run back and forth without worrying about Spoink method. For Abra, okay. I'm gonna boot it up, but I'm gonna take a quick BRB break. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. quick sec. Hang on. We got like 45 more minutes here. Find the Zabra. Otherwise, we're trying to hit more donut stuff tomorrow. More in this area, at least. If I get the shiny Abra, I will probably just let the timer run out. I'm debating if I just sort of like skip past the Esper for the moment. The issue is, yeah, I just don't know how far I need to run for the Abra. I mean, I can try to experiment here real quick. I don't... Yeah, we're not gonna be able to see... Okay, we can't tell. I have to just go based off the spoink. Yeah, I don't know. Nope. For some reason I thought I might have saw one. I mean, I don't have to despawn this point, probably. I mean, the other thing I could do is try the middle area, actually. I could probably use that to at least kind of gauge how far I think I have to go. I think being on the end is going to be easier, but I think middle would work for testing, and especially because even if I go back to the other route, these guys aren't doing what I need them to do anyway. This isn't helping. They're not close enough. Actually, I mean, if the bush is out of range, surely. Yeah, they're not, like, by the door. I need one to, like, literally be in the center of the door. I can try the other side real quick. Yeah, I've gone more into test mode real quick. I don't even get close enough to spawn him here, I don't think. And even if I did, there's like no way to get over to there. I can try from above. At this point, I'm just sort of testing shit. See if there's like a more efficient way of specifically hunting down... I was just checking this point. Abra. Because that would definitely make this a lot less painful. Let's see. Something that could help. They do seem to kind of be on the right side more. I don't think I'm gonna be able to see him still. Ah! Like, can I... I don't think I can despawn him from here. Nope. Damn it, no! That one's not close! Wait. Stay there. Stay right... No! Wait! Fuck! Okay, well, I gotta reset. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I got anything there. And the issue is, like, I can't check their levels or gender easily. So we'd be relying on if an alpha shows up. And they have not been showing up too much. The struggle out here, man. It's been tough. It's a tough life. Because, yeah, I'm like, I assume going this way is helpful. Yeah, I don't know. We might just do the same thing we were doing. Yeah, I think they're gonna be too, hidden for me to see them pop in if I'm like running around the corner. I think we just do the spoiling stuff. No, I don't need any more spoiling shinies, but that might unfortunately just be the easiest approach. The only one where I can, I guess until an alpha, if an alpha spawns, I could probably do some testing. But I need the alpha to actually spawn. But yeah, I mean anything that make this a little more efficient. Cause yeah, this has not been polite to me. At this point, I'm like fully committed to just going for the Abra. I'll worry about Esper another time, because I don't need it for the trade evos. You know, it's crazy, this is even probably one of the lower priority ones that I'm now like stuck in because I only had the one Psychic Donut. We desperately need like an Alpha Abra to show up if we can. I mean, a shiny would work too, obviously. But just so I can do some type of testing. Didn't fully despawn him at this point. Could have teleported there. Oops. Very mild inefficiency. Everyone point and laugh. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a case where, like, being like, well, might as well despawn, respawn the spoinks to go for the extra shinies is actually, like, more harmful than good. Because it would just, like, burn the clock out. So, that, you know, it would be a save every time we call one. And if it was already there, I'm not gonna ignore it. I don't have it in me. Did not catch a shiny. At least in, I mean, there's been a couple, there's like a scenario or two where I have, but in Scarlet, I think once I did that with Shroomish. But that was because I used like a crazy amount of vitamins for testing like a 7-star Terror Raid. Yeah, that whole scenario was kind of a bummer. But then we made it up eventually by catching like 6 Shroomish shinies. Down. Anyway. Nope, no alphas, no shinies. Alpha, as I said, would just be nice because it would allow me to better experiment how far I needed to go. Which, I mean, would essentially be me just kind of playing chicken until it despawned by like, I'll go a little further, no, I'll go a little further, no, I'll go, and then until it eventually despawns. But now the game won't even grant me that. It cannot grant me a simple alpha, let alone a shiny. The game has been plotting against me. Vowing to be mean. I ran out of fancy words. Bibbidi boopity. I've already also lost the accent. Boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Just gonna keep going back and forth. Oh boy. I'm out of... The game has drained me of all semblance of commentary. I am just a hunk of meat floating on a hunk of rock flying through space. Looking for one slightly discolored floating little thing. Failing effortlessly, might I add. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm failing with. I'm putting a lot of effort into this. I mean, not really, but like, you know, as much effort as I can. Anyway, I'm ready for my next shiny spoink. Bro, how fucking hard is it to find a shiny Abra? Like, what the hell, game? Yeah, see if we get the shiny Abra, I'm just gonna let the timer run out. I mean, I'll keep looking, but I will be completely fine letting the timer run out. Okay, well, in typical Spoink fashion, we found the Alpha Spoink before the Alpha Abra, even though it's 6 Abra spawns and 4 Spoink spawns. You know how it be. It should be a second one. I'm pretty sure I saw them fade in. I didn't think it was shiny, but I was desperately hoping it was. Oh, boy. I'm trapped in a heck of my own creation. Come on, you gonna give me an alpha? I haven't even done that uncommon! I just need an alpha, man. Just one alpha. Preferably closer to me than further, but... you know. Like, at least give me the ability to test what works and what doesn't. Yeah, I mean, if we had, like, the 13-ish 100, pretty soon I'll probably reset as... Or I'll just get the shiny spoink before then and burn the clock down even further. Excuse me. Sorry for the aggressive yawning. I think my tired is just body after my body is just tired after a long weekend. I did get a decent bit of sleep last night, nothing like crazy, and then I took a long nap in the middle of the day. So I think that would have been enough, but apparently not. Then again, I'm just a tired little guy. What can I say? Alpha, perfect. It is slightly closer to me. Okay. I'm presuming this is not far enough. I just wanted to check. Run to here. And it's gone. Okay. This isn't like a perfect metric. Here, let's say, I mean, we can run, like, maybe didn't touch, like, the butt of the taxi cab, essentially. Just to make sure we're getting all the ones that are closer. But that should be enough. As opposed to running all the way to the bushes. And that way we also don't have the spoink chance. Which, you know, seems almost weird to be like, oh, well, I don't want to run the extra 5 seconds to get another shiny chance, but it actually doesn't help, so... Okay. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, it seems like we don't need to go as far as I previously was running. So, that hopefully helps a little bit. I mean, at this point, I'll take anything, man. I'm getting desperate out here. Okay, well, another alpha. So I can at least test to see that that also despawns. That was enough. Perfect. Oh boy. The longer it goes on, the more I'm like, have I just like missed 20 of them? The more I start like gaslighting myself. But I really don't think I missed that many. I guess it's not impossible, but... I've been checking pretty decently. Like, I think it should be noticeable enough when there's others grouped up with it. Like, maybe if it was purely on its own, it'd be a little harder to spot, but... We'll have 6 much more saturated Abra. Or 5 more, sorry. And yeah, we're pretty confident that at least most of them, if not all of them, are despawning. They should all be despawning. with this route. Like, that's not really a worry. I'm checking. You don't know if you don't try. Yeah, and I guess generally speaking, the further to the side we move, the better, because that also increases the distance between us and the Abra. Which isn't really much, but yeah, if we run to like this tail light, just that little extra bit. I mean, it probably doesn't make a difference, but provides like a tiny bit of extra comfort, so to speak. Yeah, the more time we're in the teleporter, the better. That means the in-game timer is not taken down as much. And it also means that we're not running as much, which means we're just generally being faster. I'm sure, like, I wonder how close I have to be to get the sparkle sound effect. I feel like a lot of the time in this game we spot the shiny before the sparkle happens, or the sound effect happens. So... Anyway. We're just gonna keep vibing. Little boo-boo. Maybe for my sanity, well, every time I teleport I just start pulling up. I should just look at the fucking Abra shiny. Just to see if there's anything else besides the body color to go off of. I mean, mainly just do the brown chest stuff, admittedly, but... Providence in the Philippines? Who put this Pokemon in the Philippines? Got him, good joke, everyone laughed. Okay, yeah, no, like, the chest bit doesn't seem to really change much. The body is definitely the significantly easier way to do it. I mean, looking just here, it is... Because it's like a saturated orangey yellow for the regular one to, like, a very desaturated, like, yellow for the shiny one, so... So, like, surely... Surely we can find it. I'm also looking, yeah, like, it looks like in Gen 2, like, the little chest plate was, like, pinker, like how it is on Alakazam, but over time it's gone from, like, less and less pink and more brown for some reason. Who knows, maybe they fixed that in this game, given they changed some shinies around a little bit. They just, like, did some tweaks. That'd be nice. I mean, like, that's how it should be, I feel like, to make the shiny feel a little more meaningful. We got like 20-ish minutes before I gotta wrap up the stream. So, I mean, anything is possible in that time frame. And by that, you know, maybe I'll just get 3 shiny Abra in that time frame, you know? Because that's been happening. Yeah, I'm just hoping with this exact lighting and from a distance I'll be able to spot it without any issues. What happens if you, like, zoom in your camera on a shiny? Like, if you're too far away from the sparkle sound effect, like the shiny sound effect? Like, would that cause it to go off? I don't think it would. Never tried that, though. Maybe I have to try that at some point if I think of it. Oh, that just kind of requires me to find a shiny for that to, you know, work. I mean, I doubt it works that way, but... Oh, boy. Yeah, the Emerald just does not want to be shiny. And I'm realizing more and more that Sparkling Power level 1 is just kind of not good enough. I saw the red and thought it was pink for a second, and for half a second I got excited. I don't even think there's gonna be pink on it, but like... Now the game's just fucking with me. Alpha despawn, like... We're doing the spawn despawns, it's just a matter of luck. And in this specific area, luck has really not been on our side. Yeah, I really did just go from like, oh yeah, I want all 3 shinies in this line, and we should be able to get that, to like, please just give me one alpha, or not one alpha, one Abra shiny, I will take it, and I will be happy with it. Because, you know, I can always come and look for another shiny down the line, especially if I make more donuts and happen to get a better psychic one. Granted, I don't know, I might spend that on something else, but I don't know what. Something. There's some other shiny that would be really nice to go for. What other shiny psychic types do I want? Shouldn't even be thinking about that at the moment, though. Because that goal ain't even remotely close to us at this moment. Oh boy. Show me the goods. Okay, where are the bads? Can't have goods without bads, as they say. Who's they? You know, thems. I also gotta remember to not save my game before the end of the stream. Or like when I end the stream today, like I did yesterday. But I do have to remember to go run over by the Abras and try to get a couple quick screenshots of them, so I have a thumbnail. Make future me's life a little easier. Future me who's still very behind on thumbnails right now. I've just been a busy bee lately, I can't help it. Between the weekend and just, you know, busier time at work. Frankly, most of them I make during work in some capacity, you know, I'm waiting for someone to export or whatever in Premiere. But I have not been in that position recently, so... It be what it be. Okay. Back and forth we go. Pretty soon we gotta reset. Wait, is that a shiny back there? That is a shiny! Wait. I'm like 99% sure that's a shiny. Hang on. Okay, hold on. Can I sneak up on it? Without, like, alerting the other ones? So far, so bad. It's a shiny. It's scared. Okay. We can definitely get this. Finally! That took so long to find! Oh my gosh, that was literally like 3.5 hours of gameplay or some shit. 2.5. I was exaggerating. Oh gosh. Maybe I have missed one. Like, that's a little more subtle than I was expecting. It's not like insanely subtle, but you know. Now it's just a matter of getting this. And these guys are pretty on the runaway. Oh really? Okay, because this is, I'm just gonna assume this is gonna be Alakazam. I'm gonna look up the shiny just to triple check. I think I might actually catch this in a love ball. Although I am seeing the Mega is definitely a little more purpley than pink. But I think the Love Ball works pretty well. And then I'll probably just, if we get any more, I'll probably just catch them in like Ultra Balls. I may as well preemptively. Yeah, I could also theoretically use like a Dream Ball, but I just have so many more Love Balls. Let's go! Shiny Abra! Oh my god, that took so long. Oh, we finally got it. We're finally done with that. Woo! Sheesh! I'm pulling this out of the box real quick. It's a modest nature too. Let's go! And best attack! The only stat it doesn't care about! Okay, we gotta wait for those guys to respawn. I guess I'll just do some quick Esper hunting until they come back. I don't see a reason not to. Oh man. I mean, I can keep doing resets if I really want to. I mean, now that we have an actual route for Abra, I'm more willing to commit to it. Well, not that we had a route, just not a very good one. Yeah, sometimes the lighting makes those look a little shiny. I wouldn't be surprised if the shiny's eye color is a little different. I just don't know for certain off the top of my head. I hope that actually this is far enough to despawn those. I know it's enough to despawn the ones in like the hallway. I also don't know the respawn times, unfortunately. You know, those Abras run away pretty easily. I guess we'll go until like 1,100 calories. We'll go back and start checking again. Also, if you happen to find a shiny Spoink there, oh, cool. That'll be pretty easy to get. Yeah, the lighting in here does kind of make this awkward. I don't know if the ones out there are actually despawning from this. Hard to say. I want to lean toward no, but I really don't know for certain. These guys, it's unfortunately easier to do it that way. My gut says they're not or despawning, but who knows? Oh crap. Maybe I should double check what shiny Esper looks like too. I'm pretty sure it's like white. But I'm really not sure. Let me see if the Abra are back yet or not. Oh, they're back. Okay. Yeah, we got like 10 minutes here. And if I get to like 500, I'll probably reset. I think I can get at least one more out of this, even if I don't get all 3 in the line. I mean, I guess Esper would probably technically be more productive to go for. Just because I have this full line in Legends Arceus, but part of me's like, well, I already started it, I may as well just finish it. Although I don't know how hard I want to min-max at this point. I don't think a crazy amount, because I don't want to, you know... This has been like the second full day of this specific donut in this specific area. And it'd be nice to move on to, like, literally anything else. So. But hey, then I guess, yeah, I guess down the line, if we're looking for the shinies for Esper, like, we could get an Abra Esper, like, Metatite area, because I think Metatite was appearing in some of the 1-star ones. So we still need one of those in this game. As opposed to going for Splunk again. Because yeah, that one I'll probably pretty heavily avoid when shiny hunting, at least. Even now I have 4 of them. And then I got the, yeah, I think I have like 2 Splunk and 2 Grumpig in Scarlet as well. Or no, I think I have 1 Splunk and 2 Grumpig. So I got a lot of this line already. So, I mean, I only need so many. Not that I'm complaining if I get more, but I only need so many. Bro, I don't know why the alphas keep, like, startling me. I, like, for a second always stand, like, shiny for some reason. I honestly think, like, I see the red. I think it's just like the height must be kind of where I'm looking at the bodies of them. So it just like, it triggers like different color in my brain. I don't know. That hasn't really been an issue I've had with shiny hunting in this game, but would it be? Yeah, I think we'll probably just catch the remaining ones in Ultra Balls. I don't know why I'm like paranoid with that one. Okay, I'm running out. No, it's not that. Okay. I don't know why I was so paranoid. I didn't think it was. Okay, well, I'll do a tiny bit of Esper hunting and then we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll probably just go for another like 10 or so minutes. And we'll just sort of see how it shakes out. And yeah, at some point we'll have to interact with the shinies we got here, but I'll worry about that when we get out of hyperspace. I only need to interact with like 1 from each line. I don't need to interact with literally all of them. Okay. Maybe we'll try it like, I think it takes like 2 or 3 minutes for them to respawn. Maybe we'll try like 1150 or something, as opposed to just 1100. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but I am, so get over it. They all look so fucking pale in this area. Makes it hard to be confident that I'm not missing a shiny. Anyway, I'm kind of expecting to do this and somehow find a shiny spawning, so... Not even somehow, just like, it seems possible. I guess I could actually not be running far enough for that to be the case, I don't even know. What's the fourth one? Sometimes I swear, like, a fourth one just doesn't spawn. For some reason. I know, the spunks are fading in, we are despawning them. Anything's possible. Just safer to do it that way. Yeah, unfortunately the biggest downside of shiny hunting Pokemon that run away is it makes it so much harder to just, especially with like a thing that's a little harder to, you can't like run close to just look and move on. You can do that with aggro Pokemon or just like chill Pokemon, but you can't do it with Pokemon that run away. Where's the fourth one? Whatever. Anyway, back to Abra. They haven't despawned yet, they'll probably... Or respawned yet, they'll probably respawn soon. Yeah, last time we tried it at 1,100. Still not back yet, but... I'm just gonna start the route. Because they'll be back in the next 40 seconds. Probably, maybe sooner. Question mark, question mark. It is kind of funny I'm going out of my way for Abra, even though Esper is 100% the shiny I want more of. Or want more, but... No, it's just not that efficient of a spot anyway for Esper. And it's just kind of an annoying thing to shiny hunt. At least in its current spot. There we go, now they're respawning. And make sure to take a thorough look, you never know. I probably won't reset until I'm ready to call it for the night. In 5-10 minutes. So. These through there. Thankfully I'm nice and tiny and thin. Little skinny little fella. Squeezing through small gaps like I'm buttered up. Covered in, I don't know, baby oil. Thankfully, no one in history has ever done anything weird with baby oil. You know, I had like a metric shit ton of it for some reason. Okay. I'm just gonna be back and forth, and I mean, to be fair, that's what shiny hunting is in this game, at least. Although it's also what it is in like Scarlet and Violet, so. I mean, hey, now that we got one, maybe more Abras will show up and be like, oh yeah, we can be friends with the other funny color guy. I hope that didn't sound weird. Friends with the other slightly odd Abra. Hmm. Yeah, we're back to the part where I go, I don't know how to commentate this. Because it really, truly is just running back and forth over and over again. But hey, that's what you gotta do. I mean, I'm glad we found a slightly more efficient way of doing this. This will also just be generally good to have for reference for future shiny hunts. Granted, you know, it only works for this, like, one spot. I guess we kind of also know how to go for the things in the 4 spoink spot over here. If we want to quickly try to hunt this specific spot. You know, we sort of just slowly figure out what the different methods are for each spot on each variation of each map. Haven't had the chance to do that with like a large area, just because I'm not really shiny hunting in large areas. I mean, I've done some alpha hunting in large areas, but there's not really a reason to shiny hunt in those areas. At least at the moment. Because usually I'm trying to hunt down like a specific thing or things, and then it just gets too complicated. And also there's no 1-star multi-type areas. I think 2 stars the minimum. Maybe one day I'll stumble into something that I feel is worth it. Nope. I mean, all things considered, the shiny luck hasn't been, like, amazing today, but it's been, I think, acceptable. There have been some pretty large gaps in between shinies, unfortunately, but I can be satisfied enough knowing I at least got the Abra. And I got a No-Love Ball, too, which is kind of fun. So, you know, we take them. Oh, Huey. I guess I don't really need to be zooming in. I can tell these aren't turned. Now I'm partially just doing it on an instinct. But that was also partially because the Esper in the building as well. Anyway, we found a way to use the teleporter to help us shiny hunt, which is sort of the gold standard for shiny hunting in this game, I feel like, is how do you use the TPs to be the most efficient. And one day I'll have to... I mean, I guess I was like, one day I'll have to learn the distance you have to go to despawn Pokemon, but like a specific number doesn't really help me there. It's all just kind of vibes. Because, you know, each spot is a little different. So there's not like a metric that would actually be helpful. At this point, I think I have a fairly decent idea. Just from shiny hunting a bit. Decent bit, but still only a bit. I'm gonna look at like shiny Abra real quick in the Pokedex to see if there's any other like distinct features I can go off of. Cause like, I don't know, I don't think like the tail stripe color changes or anything. Although it might be a little more, it might be a decent spot to look at the contrast difference. Like the saturation difference, I don't know. And personally, I prefer shinies that are like super easy to immediately spot. Makes shiny hunting easier, and they just tend to be the more flashier ones, which is usually what you want out of a shiny. Like, the only one I can think of that maybe wouldn't fall under that criteria that I like a lot is the shiny Clefairy line. But even then, there's like a specific spot you can look at that'll be like easy to tell. You know, like it's not like a whole like, you know, you look at like shiny Garchomp or shiny Gengar or shiny Blissey, stuff like that, where it's just sort of a subtle change across the whole body. Elekid is another one. where Clefairy Clefable, like, at least you can look at a specific area and instantly be able to tell it's a shiny. So. Then again, I guess that's kind of how it is for Shiny Abra. The specific area is called the yellow part of its body, but still. Slight lighting differences can make it seem shiny or not shiny, I guess. We got a couple more in-game laps than I really should call it, because I've sitting here being tired half the stream, so gotta make sure I get some amount of sleep. I hear it's helpful to sleep. Not to brag or anything, but I know a thing or two about sleeping. It's where you close your eye. Probably got like 700 calories left, which will take a little longer than it seems like, just because of the timer pauses. But, you know. Then I gotta run toward the Abra and get a quick screenshot. Gotta get a quick thumbnail. I'm just trying to make my life easier, what can I say? I keep zooming in now. That is partially how I spotted the other one, was the zoom in. I don't think I've missed any shinies, but you never know. Okay, we'll do two more. We'll do this one and one more. Then we'll call it. Yeah, if we don't find it here, we don't find it here. Maybe tomorrow I might run out of patience or just say, hey, I'm gonna run the clock down. If I don't find anything, I don't find anything. I probably should, given it's just the Psychic Power one. It's just that we only have the one other Sparkling Power and it's the alpha-based one, so I'm gonna be a lot more picky with those. Last one here. I think I miscounted. You know, you gotta hit him with the just one more tech. Because it could work out. No. No. Alright, they're kind of alone. That'll be a little easier for... Did I get them all? You know what? For good measure, I'll try to get an Esper photo or two. Anyway, I'm sure that'll work as a thumbnail. I'm not going to save. I'm just going to close this before I forget and accidentally save. Because then I'd really be boned. Because we wouldn't have that much time left. But I think we have enough time to at least find one more shiny Abra, maybe two. If I'm depending on how picky I am. Although I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. I got the thing that I really needed here. I might just be ready to move on. We'll see. But yeah, that's gonna wrap things up here for tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will stream again tomorrow as always. Hope to see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Excuse me. Thanks for watching and goodbye.